In previous videos, we learned how to configure our first App Factory project, build visualizer apps in App Factory, test those apps, and schedule those apps. Now, in this video, we're going to learn about what happens when things go wrong. How do I debug an app inside of App Factory when it fails? So there are really two ways to do this. The first way is, you'll notice here I've received an email on an app failure for my kitchen sink app. And it'll take you into the App Factory, and we can go to the console that way and look at the logs for this particular failure. But I can also go into the App Factory itself, go into the visualizer build section, and view a history of all my builds and drill down to this particular problem. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click this link. This is going to take us straight to the channel that failed. Now, in a build, you can get multiple failures and have multiple channels that fail, and it'll produce an email for each of those failed channels. In this case, I only failed in Android, so I only received an Android build failure. But I can actually go look at the console output very, very quickly for my Android build failure. Now, each channel produces its own log. In addition, there's a log that's created for the overall build process, which I'll show you in a second. This is actually the channel's build log. So what you're looking at is what happened during the Android build process. If I really scroll down here towards the bottom, number one, you can see the failure that's right here. And you can also see right here, there's where I received my error, so I can go debug my build process. Now, the other way I can do this is to go to Visualizer itself. To do that, I'll start in the kitchen sink app, like what I did before. And I'm going to go over to my Visualizer, Builds. Now, instead of hitting this run that I normally do to configure a new manual build run, I'm actually going to come over here to where it says Build Visualizer App, to the actual folder link. When I click on it, this actually gives me the list of, this is the last thing that ran, everything was green, but I can come over here and I can scroll down and see my build history. Now, if you look at build 22, 23, 24, I had an unstable build, and then I had two builds that failed. Let's go ahead and let's look at the console output from that unstable build. Like I said earlier, this output that you're seeing for the console output is the output of the main pipeline. So if I want to see individual outputs for each channel that was built in the pipeline, I simply scroll down, and as you can see here, here's where it scheduled the job, and then here's the logs for when it actually built the job. I'm going to go to build 15 on Android, and we will hit the build button there. That's going to take us back to a screen that we've already seen. I can view the console output at this point, and I can again scroll down to the bottom, take a look, and find where it failed, and then scroll back up and see that failure right here in my runtime. So now I have two mechanisms that I can use to go down and troubleshoot at the console level. I hope this video helped and get you debugging your builds if you have problems with your builds in App Factory. Please check out other videos at basecamp.coney.com, where you can learn about Visualizer, App Factory, Mobile Fabric. You can watch other videos and get educated and earn badges that you can show off your coding skills. Thank you.